Greetings, my friends, and welcome to another... I should start coming up with a list of words before I say adventure in the world of Kriegeland. So, roll initiative.
Yes, sir.
More goblins come out of the woodworks because we roll initiative.
That's right, and another D6. The enemy's got a 10 initiative.
I got a 15.
Nice.
I also got a 10.
Ooh. So
They're
you
fated
have
foes.
the fated foes, which means that any attacks against you and your attacks against them have +1 to hit.
That's not exactly what I wanted, but
I got a nat 1.
All right. Joe is not as ready as he thought he was. He's like reading his spell
We were
book.
hoping
Like,
you'd go first, but all right.
oh, they're coming. It's okay. They're going to have to move for their first turn, so Joe will have time still,
Yeah.
probably. Okay, so let's see how many more goblins.
60-foot flying speed.
Okay, we have 9 goblins, 1 orc, 1 goblin boss total. Here we go. Bird, you're first. Just fly past the dwarves for now.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, fly past the dwarf and the
kinda
human.
circle.
I forgot, you're the dwarf.
Yeah, just kind of circle overhead.
Okay? Okay, so the enemies all come running in. Basically, your turn's probably just going to... You hold your first turn while they're kind of running at you.
Yeah.
Stovar. And then, Joe, it's your turn, so you can drop a grease, because you guys were locked in and ready, so...
well, I still have a javelin. I can throw it.
Oh, yeah, you could chuck a javelin at one.
I mean, it's not a ton of damage, but it's something. 19 to hit.
Okay.
And I rolled a 6 on the D6.
So then it's plus your dex, so 10 damage.
10 damage.
Chucking at a goblin, right?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
any of them.
Okay.
Just the king or the orc.
You chuck a javelin and it hits a goblin, and he's like, ah! And the goblin boss yells in, like, broken common, it's a trap! Charge him! Which is so dumb, because it's like the exact opposite.
Not what to do in a trap.
Okay, here we go. The goblins have bows and like javelins and stuff. Some of them will end up using it, but they're also just kind of rushing at you because they're
We'll just
all
make sure
they're all hungry for that giant owl. So, okay, Joe, you cast grease, and we are back to bird, top of the order.
They're all just kind of like right in.
Yep, they're right. They're like not quite to the grease yet, but they'll get there on their next turn.
I will hold my action until they get there.
Okay. Do you want to set your reaction to like
Yeah, so once they're all kind of right there, I'm going to drop in and use my last spell slot.
Thunderwave?
Thunderhawk 'em.
Thunderbird? Okay, cool. The Thunderhawk. Okay. So then it's the goblins and Stovar. So let me roll for some dexterity saving throws. So it'll be the boss that had like told him to charge. He has like five of his goblins he initially are running out in front of him. So they're the ones that are going to hit the grease first. Ooh. Only 2 of them failed. So 2 of them slip and the other 3 behind kind of like slow down and start kind of like tiptoeing casually. The boss and the orc stop at the edge of the grease, as well as the other 4 goblins, including the injured one. They're going to turn to range. The boss and the orc are kind of just going to wait and see what happens a little bit. Do you still want to Thunder Wave 5 goblins?
I think I'm going to try to focus on the ones that stayed back.
Okay. So flutter up a bit and
Because they're the
Thunder Wave
biggest-
the other
Yeah.
group.
They're
Okay.
the biggest threat on me.
For sure. Okay. That's fine. It's still close enough to your reaction that I'll go for it. So the orc He succeeded. The goblin boss also succeeded. And then 4 goblins. 1 succeeded. And we can say it's the one that's hurt because he's probably dead anyway.
What happened to all my D8?
Alright, 2d8 thunder damage.
Pulled out like all my D20s to roll for loot. And now all my D8s
Now all
are
your
there.
other dice are hidden amongst them. The loot is fat, dude.
Wow.
So that
Had
is
the good loot roll and then everything else. is good.
13 damage.
Okay, the 4 goblins that were attempting to be ranged guys are all dead. The orc is hurt.
What is he at?
Okay, and then the goblin boss got hurt by it too, obviously. But neither of them got knocked prone. The ones that would have got knocked prone are dead anyway. 2 of them are prone in the grease. 3 did not get prone. So those 3 are going to be able to make it to Stovar, and then we attack at the same time, Stovar. An extra +1 to hit if you want to attack, or are you going to dodge?
No, I really don't want to dodge.
Okay. You're fine. You got health and AC for days.
Yeah.
You haven't even second winded, right? And you have action surge back because you guys short rested.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So-
that's true.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll attack.
1 hit out of all that. You get an extra +1 every time you attack them too because of faded foes. Take 5 damage, Stovar.
I rolled a natural 18, and then only a 2 on the dice, so it's 6 damage.
6, okay. Bloodied. Okay,
How much damage did I take?
5. All right, Joe, it's your turn.
All right. I am going to cast Serpent's Gaze on the orc. There's an orc, right?
There's an orc and a goblin
sorry.
boss. Like the tribe leader.
Ooh. Looks like they're going to be a problem more.
I think goblin bosses
But what do you
are
got?
technically more formidable than a standard orc. Not
I'll
that
go
you
for the
would,
goblin.
not that you would necessarily be able to tell that by yourself, but in general.
I'll go goblin. I'll go goblin. Goblin boss.
All right, what is
Get him with your snake gaze.
what is it? Serpent's gaze? What does that do?
You select a creature you can see and fix it with your gaze. For the duration of the spell, the target creature must make a successful charisma saving throw at the start of each of its turns, or its speed becomes 0.
Oh, okay. You can just freeze him there.
Lock him down.
Well, just lock him down.
So
Damage,
Joe
damage doesn't give him anything.
Joe casts a spell, his eyes start glowing, and he starts doing that like, and the goblin's like, oh. That's pretty good. Okay. All right, then we are back to Bird.
Gonna do a flyby murder on the orc.
Okay. I'll say he'll have saved his action to just swing his axe at the first thing that comes at him, so you guys can talon and axe each other at the same time.
That was a natural 20.
He hits.
I'm gonna see if that rolls. It does not. So
Okay.
just natural 20.
Hey, but that's 4d6 plus 1, right?
Yup.
Okay. He did get 13 damage on you with his great axe.
That's the noise I make too.
Woo! Whoo, boy, that hurt.
14 damage.
He is still up, but he does not look okay. When the exchange of talon and axe come clashing through, you look the better for sure. All right, we're back to the enemies and Stovar.
I'm gonna take my.
Oh, I gotta roll a charisma saving throw? Good heck.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The goblin boss is just staring at Joe. And he can't even move 5 feet enough to go slash at the owl, which he would have needed to, so very good use.
I mean, I can fly in and then swoop out without provoking opportunity attacks, too.
There you go.
I can just...
Okay. The two that fell prone from the grease will use their turn essentially to get up and start slowly meandering towards
I
Stovar.
have to make a dex saving throw every time they're in it. Like, how does it spell?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So the three that don't,
Every turn they're
the
in
three
it.
that didn't, two of them go down that are next to you, Stovar. So you get advantage on ones that are next to you. They're down. One is not down.
I will swing at one that is down.
Okay.
Okay, we got a 17 hit, and then, dang it, only 10 damage. I'll action surge and swing at the other one that's down.
Okay. The other one that's down is the one that you already hurt.
Oh,
So, well, that's a good thing, I think, because you now have two pretty injured ones, and you could finish this one off.
okay.
Oof, these goblins are getting minced, dude.
So 16 natural to hit. So what is that? 20.
20 something. It's fine. Just make sure you take your extra +1.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
only
important.
to hit, right?
Not that it matters. Kyle's rolling like 12 plus every single time he swings.
Well, wouldn't you have advantage?
That's true. With advantage, obviously,
Yeah.
that's way better. As if you were missing before the advantage.
I wasn't. So 9.
Okay, so that guy's dead. One's very injured, and then there's the one who isn't quite prone, or didn't fall prone. Misses you though. The other two just get up and they're gonna just, I guess, try to move through the grease towards you. One of them falls. He re-slips. The other one does make it to you, but by the time he gets to you, he doesn't even have action left. So.
Okay.
Okay, Joseph. Is the snake gaze concentration?
Concentration up to 1 minute.
Nice. Okay. Hold that and toss a acid splash.
Actually, do we have like a good large group of people that I can get without hitting any of
How large of a group?
allies? I don't know. Like, I just want to be able to cast the spell that goes in a cone and not have it hit either.
Well, the bird he's up in the air and kind of swooped back around and behind you guys. And as long as you kind of like shoot the spell above Stovar's head, you're pretty much in the clear.
I'm gonna last druids.
Sorry, what was it?
Lost fire.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is that another spell?
Oh,
Familiar with
yeah, it's another one from the Book of Lost Spells.
Okay.
Or color?
So it's a Constitution saving throw
Oh,
for half damage.
Okay.
all right.
Okay, there are 4 goblins left. Let's see what. And what's the
15-foot cone.
15-foot cone? Okay. So you can hit the goblins that are in the grease, but the goblin boss and the orc will be just out of range. But finish off all these minions. Only one of them saved, so.
So it's 2d6, and their speed is reduced to 10 feet if they didn't save.
Okay.
So they get half damage.
But they already weren't impeded enough.
Oh no, that is my entire thing right now. I'm just trying to lock down.
Yeah,
and just,
yeah, this is good.
That's really good, actually.
right. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm making up for the last thing.
Yeah.
So I got
Yeah.
8 damage.
Okay, one's dead. The other two are bloodied. And one of them's not quite bloodied, but still is hurt by the spell. So, very good.
I'm looking up one other thing. I was just trying to see if like the Greek spell, if that lights up lost there, which doesn't look like it has anything for that. So
Yeah.
Good.
I know in the computer game Baldur's Gate 3, if you ignite a grease spell, it blows up for extra damage.
yeah, which is
That would be
cool,
fun.
and I think it's a fun combo, but it's not in
Yeah.
the rules, so like we're
Yeah.
not.
Well, and in this case, it kind of seems like you're doing kind of more of the frost version of Frostfire anyway. So you make them slip in this grease, and then you hit them with like a cone of cold that hits them, and they are now frozen. So even if they're able to get up from being prone, they're now slower and might slip again. So they're not having a good time in this tunnel. That being said, Bird.
I'm going to try to finish off the orc.
Okay.
That is a 17.
That hits. He only has 1 health, so don't bother rolling. He kind of spins back around, winds up his axe one more time as you're coming, but you're just a little too fast for him this time. And you one of your talons just rips into his armpit, tears a big chunk out, and blood just squirts. Oh, he goes down
He
hard.
just slides across the floor.
Yeah, slides, hits, slides, and then runs into a frosty little snowy peak, snowy patch. It's pure chaos. Okay, Stovar and the enemies. There's three goblins next to you.
One is on its feet, right?
One is on his feet.
I'm gonna go after that one, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, we're attacking all at the same time, right?
Yeah. So the other two.
I want to hit the ones that are off their feet just for the advantage.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay.
20 to hit.
The two that are off their feet are gonna just try to hit you from off their feet, so they're gonna just take the disadvantage. Pray to the gods here. Bad move.
Well, head damage to the one.
The way that was gonna work.
Okay. Oh yeah. Wait, are you back to a 20 AC now?
Uh-huh.
Yes. The one that's standing got you, but you kill the other one. One of the ones on the ground.
Okay.
Okay, take 3 damage. The goblin boss will throw down his weapon and cry out in broken common. I surrender! I surrender!
Can I take my second win?
You mean still mesmerized?
What?
Isn't he
I want
still
to
mesmerized?
use my.
Yeah,
my
he is.
attack.
He's like, please, I can't move. I don't know what's wrong with me.
So my plan: pick up the goblin boss and then just take him outside and drop him from as high as I can.
Okay, roll a strength check, I guess. Like a grapple, kind of.
Okay, what is an owl's strength? I need to.
Giant owl strength.
Yeah. Well. Oh boy. Okay. Actually, it's still better than mine.
There you go. And I rolled real bad against an opposing grapple check, so.
14.
Okay, that's fine. So you grab him, and he's like, wait! And then the owl swoops out, goes over the ridge of the cannon, and just chucks him. Ah! You guys hear ah! And then an owl swoops back in, and by the time those other two can even get up, Stover, you've already stabbed them, so they're all done. Joe kind of just does a little hand wipe, and the grease and the frost all just go away.
I mean, go see if he had a bunch of gold on him, though.
All right.
Okay.
I'll
The
fall
bird
back down.
nods, flies up. He doesn't have any on him. It's in his throne room. So.
Okay.
But there's also 9 goblins to search, so
Okay.
you each get 3 rolls of 3d20 GP.
Let's give the bard
Pull
one.
back out on
The bard will take 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. He starts writing down. He's like, my friends, that maneuver you pulled, the magic, the blades, the blood, now that was metal.
Let's save the good stuff for the finale. Why do I roll so good? Nat 20s and a 19. Holy shit.
You gotta be kidding me, Drew. How many
No.
did the
How
bard
much
make?
gold are you guys gonna have? Also, the actual weight of the coinage at this point is becoming almost a problem, and like the amount of like you're stuffing into your backpacks and everything, it's gonna be hard to deal with. Maybe it's time. Maybe your potion of hill giant strength will just be to get the loot out of here.
There you go.
You need to reborrow that cart that you've brought from the king. All right. So if you guys go into that throne room, the goblin boss had his own little storage of money.
Yep.
There's 120 gold total that he had under his throne, and a silver amulet that just is big and nice and shiny looking. It's got the decal of like a hammer and anvil type sigil on this silver amulet.
I'm gonna look at it and then go, hey Boris, have you seen anything like this? And toss it to him.
Catches it, looks at it, he's like, no, but it's very nice, isn't it? Tosses it back to you.